29th of January 2013, the date we started our journey as Brisbane State High School students. 1,748 days later, and our journey will come to an end when we walk back through those doors in a few hours' time. You would think that after 1,748 days, we would all be eager to move on to the next chapter in our lives. But I'm sure that today, for just a little while longer, we want to savor these last few hours as part of a very special family, the family that is Brisbane State High. We want to treasure these final hours we get to spend with each other before we embark on that journey into what every adult likes to remind us is the real world. It does not seem that long ago that we arrived at State High, our socks pulled up to our knees, formal hats planted firmly upon our heads, and bags overflowing with heavy textbooks. That morning, as we entered F Block with our parents, feeling a mixture of anticipation and trepidation, we knew that we were State High students, but none of us really knew what it meant to be a student of State High, and no textbook, no matter how heavy, could ever teach us that. For many of us on that morning, the furthest thing on our mind would be our own graduation day. And whilst we arrived together as strangers at the start of our journey here, we leave today as family with memories of school musicals, showcases, debates, sporting triumphs, and the inevitability of Friday tuck shop queues. Like all families, we too have experienced our very own highs and lows, from the successes of our girls' cross-country teams winning title after title, to the national triumph of State High dance troops, not to mention the incredible Fives Open Premiership wins, all achieved on the same day last year. Our family has been a part of some monumental successes that will go down in the history and folklore of the Blue Red Blue. On that note, it is also my pleasure to announce the 2017 House results. In fourth place on 3,577 points is Glasgow. In third place on 4,360 points is Birdwood. In second place on 4,538 points is Monash. And congratulations to our winners, Allenby, on 4,580 points. Our accomplishments have not only been limited to our sporting fields or stage. We have viewed and admired the immense talent of our peers within the classroom. We have had students travel overseas, representing State High on the international stage, showcasing our work ethic and values to audiences of size that many could not even begin to fathom. We have in many ways grown up together, having borne witness to the ever-changing nature of our great school and our achievements within. However, we have also been through some incredibly tough times, which have invariably made the bond that we share together even greater. The loss of one of our own, a friend, a classmate, someone who everyone knew but very few really knew, Jethro in Year 10, was an incredibly sad loss. However, it brought together our wonderful family. The love and compassion seen during that time encapsulated what it really meant to be a student of State High. And today, as we graduate together, as one, let us honour the memory of Jethro. Let us all ensure that we do not take for granted the wonderful opportunities this school has provided us, and appreciate the journey that we have been lucky enough to experience together, because you never know what the future will truly hold. When referring to this journey from small, uncertain Year 8 students into the Year 12 graduates we are today, the importance of each other has been immense. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And we together, the class of 2017, have always moved forward together. However, without the phenomenal efforts and dedication of our teachers, staff, and executive team, our glorious journey would simply not have been possible. From our first to our very last days as students of State High, our teachers have given their all to ensure that we leave this school in an even better place than we arrived in. They, like us, have put in those weary late nights, slaved over our work, aiming to boost our knowledge and unlock the potentials of each and every one of us. They have also been there, on those sidelines, in those halls, riding every tackle, enduring those pre-speech nerves, and to that, we can only say thank you. And whilst now it may not seem apparent, your efforts throughout these past 1,748 days have and will continue to forever shape our futures. Nelson Mandela, one of history's most respected figures, once said, "It always seems impossible until it is done." And whilst over these past 1,748 days, we have all had times where this entire journey seemed well and truly impossible, for the class of 2017, the end is now well and truly upon us. Those last Blue Red Blues have been chanted, those last lunchtime tuck shop queues have been endured, those tedious trips over the congested footbridges have been travelled, and those last heavy textbooks have been packed away. This school has invoked in me a sense of pride that can never be extinguished, and I personally could not be any prouder of the family that I will leave through those doors with this afternoon. And whilst we may be leaving Brisbane State High School will never leave us. Thank you.